Okay, so I think we're going to start this community meeting. Sorry for being late. So this is community meeting number 29, if I'm correct. We are live from Capgemini headquarters in Paris. So that's also why I'm sorry for that, but we have a new setup and, changing location, changing the Wi-Fi, and unfortunately, the live stream is not working this morning. So we're going to upload on YouTube later on the recording of this session. Let me check that it's recorded. Yes, it is. So perfect. All right. So thanks, Arsh and Pratik for joining. We also have Pierre with us from Capgemini because we're going to have a session within Capgemini office. We're in front of their engineering team and a lot of developers in order to, let's say, have a conversation and showcase Microcks features and capabilities. And let's see and hope that maybe Capgemini can become a new public adopter. We'll see. That's going to be the challenge of the day. So we have, as usual, a lot of stuff to share, a lot of updates and so on. As you can see us in the room, and thanks, Pierre, for sharing that. Um, maybe what we can start with first of all is an update on a very hot topic for the project and the community. You know, and we have shared the information that we have applied to move from a sandbox project to an incubation project within the CNCF. That's important for us and the community to level up and gain in visibility within the community and also much more broader. And we have good news to share. The process has been started at the TOC level. We have Cathy from the TOC NCF TOC, which is taking care about our application. She's started to review all the stuff that we have sent. You know, there's a lot of, let's say, administrative tasks, documentation, and stuff like that. And by the way, I can show you as well because that could be of interest. We have, so let me share my screen. We have a new directory within the community repo, which is named CNCF. And we have created this one in order to share, let's say, all the stuff that we maybe don't promote enough sometimes, which is all the work we are doing in the background as maintainers. And here you can have, for example, the history of our application for Sandbox. That's also an archive, and you can check it out in order to see what we have done to join as a Sandbox project. Some information on security self-assessment. Here you have the full document that has been done and as well validated by the CNCF security group. And that's also an important information for everybody, which is, let's say, would like to know more on what the community is doing from a security point of view. And we have started, that's brand new, what we name a general technical review. It's also something important for the application. And here you can find the full documentation regarding the purpose of this document. For all this document, and I think that's important, especially for security self-assessment and what we name the GTR, it's also available for everybody to check it out, but also to contribute. If you have any comment, if you have any improvement, anything that you think that is relevant to better explain what Microcks is, what Microcks is doing from a security point of view on the technical aspect, just raise an issue, create a PR, and help us, let's say, to update and keep this document up to date. And last but not least, here in incubation, today is just a link to the application and all the stuff that we have done so far. So as you can see, it's quite a lot of information, a lot of task and work and so on as well. But what is more important is go till the end, and you'll see the latest status. Here we have the first recommendation and comment from Cathy, and our replies, and the stuff that we are working on, and issues which are related. So check it out. Feel free to help or provide any help if you want to, but it's also a nice way to be fully transparent on what we are doing and to share to everybody the ongoing process. And of course, be sure that when it's going to be done, and if we are validated and accepted as an incubation project, we're going to share that more broadly and celebrate, because that's an important milestone for the project and the community. So that's the first point I would like to start with, because that's important, and we'll keep you posted on all those aspects. And maybe, Laurent, we can move forward on some of the activities. Some of them are related, some of them not, regarding what we are improving, let's say, from the project point of view, regarding the way we manage releases, the way we are planning to change branches management and stuff like that.
Yes, I plan to talk a bit about these topics, but first maybe we can ask attendees if there are some concerns, some topics they want to engage with today, because you're starting to know me. When I start talking about features, it can be for a long, long time. So I prefer be sure you don't have any concern to address today. Let us know, guys. No topic? Okay, so I can follow up with presentation of new features. Okay, so let me share my screen as usual. And so today I wanted to have a focus on, I think, two very important features that finally are now implemented into Microcks. So we were missing them for a long, long time. I think I started to talk about this 2 years ago, but at this time we missed some users to be able to validate this and to be able that yes, to check that we are going the right path and not doing anything crazy. So I wanted to talk about the support of OpenAPI callbacks and OpenAPI webhooks mocking into Microcks. So basically, you know that regarding REST APIs, we had support for the basic request response interaction style for years now. But callbacks and webhooks are a bit different. They are also newer in the spec. They just appear, if I remember correctly, callbacks was in 3.0 and webhooks was in 3.1, or maybe the other way around. So they are, let's say, newer beast into the OpenAPI spec. And so I can start just by demoing and explaining what it's all about. So let's switch to an OpenAPI sample that explain you how you can use, for example, callbacks. Let's start with callbacks. So callbacks may be useful if, for example, you are dealing with a long-running process, with, let's say, asynchronous interaction, like, for example, the one provided by payment services provider. So you provide your payment information, you get an acknowledgement saying, okay, we recorded everything, and we start payment verification process, transactions, and so on. And then maybe in a few seconds, in a few minutes, you will receive callbacks, just giving you a notification on the process status. So here, for example, we have an open API with that describes a user registration process. So you can see that we have a path that is user. Let me make this a bit bigger. Yes. user, we are creating a new user, and we have a standard request and response. And in the request, we provide typical user informations like first name and last name, but we also provide a callback URL. And few seconds after the response, few minutes after the response, I don't know, this callback URL will be used by the API provider to call you back and to send you progress information. And so typically how you can specify this using OpenAPI, you can specify this using a new callbacks here elements where you are going to define one or many different callbacks. And so here for my fake process, I have three different callbacks. One first callback saying, okay, user information have been verified. So it's unverified. Then we have user information have been stored, have been registered in the database, in the CRM system, whatever. So it is the unregistered callback. And finally, maybe we have made some other additional checks or send events to propagate the user information within the information system. And we have a third callback that is uncompleted. Okay, very simple stuff, but at least already three different steps. And so how you can define a callback using OpenAPI. So within the unverified callback, you have a first key that represents the endpoint of this callback. So here you can see that we say that we will be reusing the callback URL property from the incoming request payload. Okay. And then we can say that it will be an HTTP post interaction with a defined request body that will be, for example, here the John Doe value. So we will send again the first name, the last name, and the status. Because this is the first step, this is the verified status. If we are going to check the other one, the status is changing, now it is registered, and at the end, it is complete. Okay. One important thing to, yes, to notice that you probably want to simulate by using feedback, by using callbacks is that when you are using callbacks, you want something that is contextual. So typically here, you want to send back some of the information that you received in the initial payload. And so we introduce, we not introduced, but we reused this information we already have in the templating system of Microcks to say here, okay, I will reuse the first name property coming from the user object in the request payload. And this property has been, in fact, captured during the initial interaction. It has been temporarily stored on the Microcks side, and it will be sent back to you during all the different callbacks. And that's the way to simulate a very complete and comprehensive process, or at least the notification from this process. Okay? So maybe jumping to Microcks just to see how it is displayed within the application. So let me check now. So when you now import this OpenAPI in Microcks, here it is the user registration API. You can go to the details of the post-user operation. You can see that as before, let me make this a bit bigger. Yes, as before, you have the initial request and response. So typically, it will return a 201 saying, hey, the user has been created, the status is pending. And then now here at the bottom of the section, we have information of attached callbacks. So by default, display is hidden. You can just click on one, say, hey, okay, we will have a first callback that is unverified. It will send you a 200 with verified status. Then we have an unregistered. Then we have a uncompleted event callback very easily. Okay. And so now you can just use this to have a very rich and comprehensive representation of your callback notifications. Okay, so let's give it a try. Just opening, okay, a terminal. So obviously, in order to being able to test this, you will need a local HTTP server. Okay. Most of the time, it's the application you are working with, you're developing at the moment you're testing. Okay. Here, I have just set up a very small echo server using Node. So I'm listening on port 30. Okay. And then I will just uh, send a curl command. So let me make this bigger like this. Okay. And if I get it, yes, curl. Okay. So here you can see I'm reusing the user registration mock endpoint. I'm providing a payload for my user. So I'm not reusing John Doe, but I'm using Laurent Boudou here to show you the capture mechanisms. And I'll say that my callback URL will be my localhost running server. Just sending this, and I got the response, okay, my registration is pending. But now going to the node server, and you can see that, yes, I'm receiving callbacks. And so I'm receiving callbacks in the correct order, the verified event, the registered event, and the complete event. And you can see here that the initial information from the request, Laurent Broudou, have been captured by Microcks, and they have been reused to give you contextful callbacks so that you can have a very rich and meaningful simulation. Okay, guys, so let's do it once again. Just changing stuff here. The first name will be Pierre. The last name will be Toulmé. Okay, still using the same endpoint as a callback URL. And now once again, okay, I'm receiving new callbacks because I've registered basically a new user. So this allows you to have very, yes, once again, contextual and meaningful simulation. Okay, guys?
Maybe one question, Laurent. How do you manage the order?
Thank you. Thanks for transition. So, as of today, there is no way in the standard OpenAPI specification to specify the order of the different callbacks. Okay, it's up to the description or the site documentation to give you explanation on this. So basically, on the Microcks side, it's impossible to know this. Okay, and if you don't tell Microcks the specific order, this will be just random notifications. Okay, so in order to manage this, we have added a specific OpenAPI extension that will allow you to specify this order. And so here you may have seen this X Microcks callback annotation here on your callback that allows you to provide an order value. Okay, so order has to be a number. It's not necessarily a sequence. So here I have 100. Here I have 150, and I think the other one is 200, or I don't remember. Yes, 199. And so basically, if you provide this information, this will be used at runtime by Microcks to yes, to just use the natural growing orders of your order properties to send you the different callbacks within the specified order. Got it, guys? So callback support. So for the moment, we just have also callbacks that are sent each and every 3 seconds. Okay. It could be possible to add also just aside the order property another delay property, something like that. We also have some delay mechanisms within the Microcks engine that allows us to have different strategies, random delays, having a mean uh, plus or minus 20%, for example, around a mean delay, this kind of stuff. So this is probably something we will extend depending on the feedback we have. But yeah, callbacks, this is for the support of callbacks, and this is already documented within the official website.
And
Ooh.
available in a nightly build.
Yes, exactly. So it will be released in Microcks 1.14. But for the moment, you can already test it in the nightly tagged container image. Okay, so the first one was callback. The second one is about webhooks. So webhooks is, let's say, quite connex, but still a different beast. When you are using callbacks, you want to have notification about your own previous interaction with the system. Webhooks are a bit different. You don't necessarily have previous interaction of the system, and you want to be informed that something, one event, something much broader has just happened within the system. And so let's get back to OpenAPI. And this is how you can define webhooks in OpenAPI. So here you can see it's not related to a specific operation. It's just webhooks. Okay. You say, I will have a webhook related to an event that is a new pet has just been registered in the system. This webhook will involve an HTTP post interaction. And this is the kind of examples payload you may receive. And you can see here that you can also reuse the specific Microcks expression language to also have dynamic data here. So having a random int between 1 and 10, having a random value, it could be a cat, it could be a dog, it could be whatever, okay? So here you can reuse all the different functions that already exist in Microcks. So let's integrate this into the Microcks system. So want to catch, yes. Here, going back to API service, and we have a pet store webhooks, the one I just described. And you can see here that we have here webhook are materialized as operation, okay, with this simple here bolt icon. And here you will have the same as previously, a request, a response. Is just that request will be sent by the server to the listener. So in order to receive webhooks, here again, you need to have a specific registration. And this is not something that is specified within the OpenAPI specs. So you will need an out-of-band registration, something like imagine you are registering a webhook to GitHub. You have to go to the admin console of GitHub and register a webhook. So here again, we have applied the same principles. You have a new menu item here that allows you on webhook operation to manage webhooks. Okay, and here you will have the ability to provide registrations for your webhooks. A new registration is simply your endpoint. So here you say, I want to receive webhooks on localhost 3000. Okay, I want to receive webhooks each and every 10 seconds. My registration will expire in 2 days or after 5 errors. Okay, this allows us to not store too many registrations and clean up registration as soon as they become yes, unavailable. So we can add registration, and from that moment, you can see that here, each and every 10 seconds, yes, I'm receiving new webhooks. So here I'm using a new dog with ID number 3. 10 seconds later, I can have a new dog with ID number 7. Then it could be a cat. Random things, not sure, but could be a cat. No, still a dog. So okay, so basically you see the principle. As soon as your registration is valid and your endpoint is reachable, you will start receiving webhooks. So as a webhook consumer, it allows you to just easily retrieve this and test out that your the application you are developing at the moment is able to react to webhooks. So those webhooks could be also, yes, payment informations, this kind of stuff on simple HTTP. Okay, what happened if I close my server? Okay, you can see that starting, yes, I starting to have an error. Okay, then I can wait a few seconds, a second error, and so on and so forth. And so after 5 errors, this registration will be considered as invalid, unavailable, and it will be automatically removed from the registration managed by Microcks. So here, very easy and efficient way to also manage webhooks into Microcks. Let's try check it out. Yes, we have no registration available. So it's quite complete. We don't have the documentation yet, but it's on its way and should land, yes, in a few, let's say, yeah, in a few days on the website.
Oh, that's very cool. And clearly call back on webhooks. That's really something on which we expect to have feedback from adopters and users. We know quite a lot of adopters in FSI, banks, FinOps, fintechs, were, let's say, waiting for that, especially for online payment and stuff like that. So really, really appreciate if you can provide feedback and let us know if it's as useful as expected, but I think that's a big gap.
Yeah. Just also to mention, we have another correlated, let's say, feature that is in preparation. And this one is also frequently required by payment services provider or, yes, in the financial industry as well. It's about supporting request reply interaction style on async API. So basically, for years now, we're also supporting the mocking and testing of publish and subscribe operation, but I would say, yes, unique operation. Here, the proposition and the implementation that is provided by Adam Hicks, is to expand this to have the full support of the request reply semantics that has been added to Async API version 3. It was last year or 18 months ago. So you will also have the ability to, yes, to test Async API request reply mocking, let's say in a few weeks.
Yeah, and Adam was in the latest community meeting, so I think we'll check it out with him if he can come on the next one to do a live demo and present this nice contribution as well. That could be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. And I think that's it for me regarding the regarding new features. Don't know, guys, if you have some feedback, some reactions or comments at the moment.
Yes, it is a like very cool feature to support the API callbacks with the Open API. Yeah, it has a like it will have a massive use case with the banks and all. People will definitely try it out. So yeah, congrats to team.
One thing also to notice is that we not probably, but after let's say the completion of those features, we will also have to complete and to provide new APIs on the test containers modules, so that the goal is also to be able to test this kind of interaction on your laptop within your unit test or integration test using a JUnit, using a Vtest, using a Go test, whatever. But yes, this implementing those features has made we have to add new APIs on the Microcks side, and so we will have to also to extend the test containers module to be able to use this in your inner loop directly. Okay. For today, I also wanted to highlight two very important issues that we have on the core. So I'm gonna share my screen again. And so this is a call to action for the community also. Please give us feedback, because those one are really important changes, important features that will have a direct impact on contributors, but also on users, on day-to-day users. So the first one was started at the beginning of this year. We want to change to adapt the branching strategy we have on the main repo. Some years ago, we had to switch from trunk-based development to branch-based development, because we had to manage different kinds of deliverables into the master branch, and it was not very convenient to have this branch being unstable. But we realized that now that we expand the number of contributors, this has bring a lot of frictions regarding contributions. And so we are looking how to go back to master or main branch or trunk-based development. And just listing here the different impacts and the different changes it requires. So we have already discussed this issue with Arch. We have people who are providing comments and so on, but I really, really like yes, people who are using it, who want to contribute to Microcks, to have a look at this issue, and yes, just give me your 2 cents. Tell us what you think about this. What could be the impact? Are the impacts acceptable or not? Do you have better ideas to manage this? So we are definitely looking for and seeking for feedbacks on this. So this is the issue number 1901. And the second one that is closely related and that has been created yesterday, because typically this is a feedback from Cathy that is reviewing our incubation application, is that we have to correctly and in a very comprehensive way describe the Microcks release process. So I think that over the years we have accumulated, let's say, a bunch of practices, and we are, let's say, repeating the same stuff, and we are continuously improving the release process. So, but at the moment, it is very, let's say, implicit process known by Yassine and I and the main contributors, but we absolutely need to make it really visible and transparent, and yes, open to also receive new improvement suggestions from the community. So we also, by defining this process, being able to ease the life of adopters, because people usually want to get better visibility on what's coming next in the next release, but also ease the life of contributors. People would like to know whether it's time to just ask for new features, whether it's time to design new feature, or whether it's time to build or bug fix those features, or stabilize stuff if we are just before the release. So we need now to have the documentation, a formal documentation that explains the release cycle, the calendars, the versionings and the tagging strategies, the milestone, the different phases, the different actions, who is in charge of what are the different responsibilities, what are the communication process, what are the tools we may have and we may develop to automate this, to ease the life. So yes, so on and so forth. So here again, I just opened this one yesterday with, I think, a good starting point that could be the release process that is described by the Dapper project. You know, the Dapper project, we are, let's say, not close, but we worked last year hand in hand with Dapper, and they moved from incubating to graduated last year or so. So it's a very well structured project, and I think we can get some more inspiration from Dapper. So here again, definitely seeking for feedbacks, for comments, for ideas on how we can do things, not just replicating or duplicating stuff, but also adopting it to our, let's say, community size and velocity and so on. So feel free to reach out, to engage on this if you have ideas, comments, whatever can be valuable to be shared. And I think that's it for this. Yes. Yes. So here it's issue number 1954. And yeah, feel free to check it out.
Cool. I think that's already quite nice, let's say, for what is already available in the 93 build and what is coming in the next release. And especially, this topic regarding improvement on releases, branch management, and so on. It's not related to code itself and new features, but it's very important to scale up, let's say, the project and onboard new contributors in a much more easy way, let's say. So if you have any expertise, any needs, any ideas, feel free to reach out. Feel free to contribute on the issue, because that's an important topic, and we would like to do it correctly with everybody, and to make it, let's say, better for all of us. I think that's quite nice for this community meeting. I don't think that we have any other topic. In the next one, we'll share more information as well on where we're going to be as well. The next big event going to be KubeCon Europe in Amsterdam. So we'll send you an update on that as well, and share, what we're going to do, how we're going to manage, and also share, Arch, the way we're going to manage for uTalk, because for the one who are following the community meeting, Arch and Anushka have had a talk accepted at KubeCon, which is just amazing. But unfortunately, Arch have had visa issue, to travel from India to Europe, and we're not going to be able to see each other at KubeCon. So we are very sad about that, but we are already working with Arsh and Anushka in order to see how Anushka can manage and take over and represent you, Arsh, and represent the work that you have done in order to submit this talk, because you clearly deserve to be virtually on stage, let's say. So let's see how we're going to manage, but thanks for all the effort.
Yeah, thank you for the shouting. Yeah, it's unfortunate for me to missing this big event, and of course for the visa reasons. Yeah, but definitely we'll try to uh, present this talk as much as possible, and will definitely help Anushka as well, so that she can deliver it betterly.
Yeah,
All right,
clearly.
guys.
All right, so I think it's we still have 10 minutes in front of us. So if you, Pratik, or if you have anything to add or any point you would like to cover, feel free. Otherwise, we can close the meeting a little bit in advance, just up to you.
No, I don't have any specific point right now.
Okay. Anything on your side, Pratik? I guess Pratik had maybe a connection issue. But in any case, Pratik is following a lot of issues, and so is in touch with the community and all the other contributors. So that's fine. And thanks for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Laurent?
Yeah, maybe one thing to remind is that on a previous community meeting, we discussed with Arsh the ability to welcome new mentees in a few months, in a few quarters, whatever. We engaged with the Linux Foundation mentorship last year. And so we discussed this ability, and for that we created a new mentorship channel on the Discord server. Okay, so if you have some specific interest or being a mentee, or if you are a user of Microcks, you are a contributor, and you have an idea of a specific topic that could be developed as part of a mentorship program, up to you to use this Discord channel to engage this discussion. I think we started to have some discussion about some so well-defined and well-scoped topic that could be part of a mentorship program. We don't have applied for one of those programs at the moment, but yes, depending on the discussion we could have on this topic, this is certainly something that we can duplicate for next quarters. So feel free to use it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. Thanks a
and
lot for that,
just
Laurent.
just for information, like we didn't apply it because we have last time we had very little time
Yeah.
to get prepared the applications and get the projects ready. So yeah, we have now the next term is around the May or June. So
Yeah.
maybe we have plenty amount of time to get prepared. So yeah, from my side, I'm also looking for the projects or the scopes where we can work. And if like from the contributor side, please guys, if you have any suggestions, put it in the channel and we'll try to get onto them.
Yeah, absolutely, and thanks for your support on that Arsh. For the one who don't know, by the way, Arsh was a previous mentee, and now he's a co-owner on the CLI. So that's also a nice way, let's say, to contribute and climb, let's say, what we named the contribution ladder, which is describing the contributing a Markdown file in each of the repo. And let's move forward on a Linux mentorship Dem 2. As you said, I think it's May or June. And please join us on Discord, as Laurent said. And let's open a conversation on that. And also, and Arsh, let us know if you still would like to do it. But if you would like to be a mentor, if you are already, a contributor on other project, by the way, if you could be related to Microcks, but if you have expertise, and if you are not, let's say, junior anymore and cannot be a mentee, and you would like to become a mentor, tell us the kind of project you would like to provide mentorship, and let's join our forces for that. Last time with Laurent, we have had 7 projects. 7 projects accepted, which means 7 mentors, but sorry, seven mentees, but only for 2 mentors, Laurent and I. So this time we're going to try to manage, let's say, in a much smoother way for us, but also in order to help the mentees in a much better and efficient way. So that's important as well. A way to contribute could be also be a mentor for a mentee using the Linux mentorship program. And maybe why not? We never applied, but it's something we have in our to-do list, or maybe on top of our head for quite a while. Google Summer of Code. We'll see. But for that, we also need some help and some support and people who are going to be able to, let's say, to help us on this purpose. Okay. I think we're gonna close the community meeting for today. Sorry again for the live stream. Gonna check the recording. Gonna try maybe this time to do it in a different way. Instead of putting the recording on YouTube, gonna try to upload it on Restream, which was not working this morning, don't know why, in order to, let's say, live stream again, but maybe tomorrow. I mean, it's maybe better than it's going to be recorded on both YouTube and LinkedIn and streamed on LinkedIn as well. So let's see if I can do that for today or tomorrow. So thanks for the one who joined us. Thanks for the people who are going to watch the recording. And let's keep going regarding all the Microcks and community activities. We're going to move forward on a good morning within Capgemini, and we'll keep you posted as well on all the activities we're going to do with adopters like Capgemini potentially and some others. All right, thanks a lot all, and have a good day or good end of the day for some of you.
Bye bye, guys. Have a nice day.
Bye bye. Bye bye all.
Bye. See you.